Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are going to make a Father's Day card. I used the Honeybee car show stamp set. So these stamps I've not used yet. I've used one or two of them, but not these ones. So I'm conditioning them with my super awesome $100 bill eraser. And because I know that I'm going to color them with alcohol inks, we're going to use the Gina K Obsidian Black Amalgam ink to ink them up. And when I condition my stamps, I make sure that they're no longer sticky when I'm done conditioning them, because if they're still sticky, pretty much they won't catch the ink and hold it. So that's what I do. I just keep like rubbing the eraser on them until they're not sticky. And then I did color these off camera. I used my Olo markers. I colored them off camera because I did it while my kid was in the bathtub one night. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do to fit your crafting in with kids. So I am just going to fussy cut these out because when I bought the stamps, I made the cheap person decision to not buy the dies as well. Kind of regretting it because that what took like forever would have taken like 1 second in the die cutting machine. But oh well. Now we are going to take a almost 2-inch piece of black paper, and we are going to use a white gel pen to draw a road for the front of our car, because in case you haven't figured it out, it's going to be a driving card. It's a Slimline card, and so the finished dimensions of the card base are going to be 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So we're going to do the road, which I didn't really do any like super magical measuring because I pretty much never do. I just put the ruler on there and made sure it was kind of centered-ish, and I just drew my dotted line for the road. And there we have it. There's our road. Let me know what you think. How would you do a road if you were going to draw one? All right, so I have the 4 cars. I made sure that 2 were going one direction and 2 were going the other direction. And there I'm trying to figure out where I want to put them, but I have not accommodated space for the sentiment that I want to be heat embossed on the road. So that blue piece is going to be the background. That's obviously the sky, because we're building a scene here. And then we're going to do some clouds. And I could make it dimensional, but I want to keep it as flat as possible in case I choose to mail this to my stepdad. So there's our scene. However, we need some sentiments on here. We can't just have it look like this. So we got to rearrange all these cars to figure out where we're going to fit our sentiment. And I did some stamp surgery the last time I made a Father's Day card, and I'm absolutely obsessed with how the stamp is now that I did some surgery on it. And I'm going to use my Dymo label maker to make the top sentiment. And then the Happy Father's Day. This part says, cruising by to say. And then I'm going to have the Happy Father's Day down there on heat embossed on the road. And there we go. I didn't mess up. I'm always afraid when I use that label maker that I'm going to accidentally click on the wrong letter or something. Yeah. I do really like that label maker for custom sentiments. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm using the Cottontail tool from Rabbit Hole Designs to make sure that it's an anti-static tool for before embossing. So I'm making sure that it's all, anti-staticified. That's not even a word, I'm sure. And then we're going to use the embossing ink, and we're going to stamp the Happy Father's Day down there on the bottom. And I think that the sentiment, the way it is right now, looks super elegant. There it is before heating it up. And ta-da, after heating it up, look how amazing that looks. I love it. The sentiment was stacked, like it said happy on top, father in the middle, and day on the bottom. But I chopped it apart, and I love it so much this way. So now we are gluing the road onto the sky. And then next we're going to glue some cards on there once we figure out which way we want everything to go. And yeah, like I said, I'm not using any dimension for the cars because I might want to mail this, and if I mail it, it won't, the dimension would be too much because it's already got so many layers of cardstock with, it's going to have a card base, and then the sky background, and then the road, and then the cars. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just fiddling around with the cars, making sure I like how they look. And then we're going to glue down the clouds, because apparently I can't commit to one thing. Oh, we're doing cars, not clouds. My bad. Yep, here we go. Gluing down the cars. Alrighty, so we're gluing all the cars down. And one thing I wanted to mention that I did off screen was that Dymo label maker strip sentiment that I made. Off camera, I did back it with 2 strips of black cardstock so that it would just give it a little bit of dimension. And it makes it, I think, when you glue it to a cardstock strip, it seems like it adheres better for some reason. I know it has adhesive on the back, but for some reason when you put it onto one single sentiment or cardstock strip, it seems to stay better, because I've had issues with those Dymo labels coming off of other cards for some reason when I just stick them onto a card. So I've seen it seems to work better when you glue it onto a cardstock strip and then you adhere that to the card. At least it stays better in my experience. If anybody else has any tips or tricks, let me know, because I really enjoy using that Dymo label maker. I think it's pretty cool looking, especially for masculine cards. I think it's pretty awesome. And there we have all the cards, all of it in place. Let me know what you think of the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it when you like and subscribe and you watch other videos that I have to offer. And please come back soon to see what else we're working on. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.